While I'm waiting for that battery to charge for that other mower, let's have a look at this one that I got. Now apparently it was tipped up on its front to put a new blade on it, and then all the oil started coming out the air filter along with a bit of petrol. So there is a lot of remnants of oil along there. A lot of oil looks like it has come out of there at some point, and if you try and pull it, it won't pull. So hopefully it's just that the combustion chamber is full up with oil. That's why we got you know, too much compression as such. But what it is, let's have a look at it. I didn't know that electrolux were a part of these. M3540PD. Looks in alright condition, a bit dirty. Nothing a bit of a clean up won't do. 35 classic. Briggs & Stratton. Reliable Briggs & Stratton starting, sweet. A few leaves. It's got no grass box on it though. The primer bowl is intact. Usually they'll break up and split, like what happened on the last lawnmower that I had. Got a bit of petrol in the old tank. It's got no blade on it at the minute because he obviously took the other blade off, the old one, and he's given me the new one that he was going to put on it. He was in the middle of doing when he noticed all the oil was coming out. You can see where all the oil's come out there, look. So, right, let's take the air filter off and have a look to see how bad that is. I'm going to take the old spark plug out and have a look inside there. Let's get the old plug of sparks out, shall we? The old, oh, wrong way. The old, what happens when I'm talking, I do stuff wrong. Yeah, let's get this out. The old fire bolts. See what we got. It's a bit black. It's a little bit black. But it ain't covered in oil in the way that I was expecting it to be. So let's see what happens now. If we can pull it. Hopefully, I bet it's oh, that's one to go. Which one we got? Self-propelled, which I didn't know that it was self-propelled. Right, let's cable tie that down and we can see if it's going to work. There are many good uses for cable ties. Cable ties are extremely useful in any situation. Whether I'll better do this with one hand, probably not. Alright, now I've got that pulled, now I've got that cable tied down. We've got ourselves, it's not seized up, it's not seized up and it ain't, well, I don't think it was sort of hydrolocked in any way, because there's no oil coming out. You know, he said he couldn't pull it, and when I tried to pull it, when I picked it up, I couldn't pull it either. But now I've got the plug out, I was expecting oil to pour out of that hole, because that's what happens usually in other situations. Because with these, if you tip the mower up on its front, all the oil comes out of the crankcase, seeps past the piston rings, and seeps into the combustion chamber, and then comes through there, past the valves, through, and out your air filter. But then when you take the plug out and pull it, all the oil will obviously squirt out. But it didn't. So because there's a bit of a black plug, I'm going to go and give it a clean, and then we'll put it back in and see if we can get it to fire up. To check to see if we've got any spark now. I'm suspecting that we haven't, if I'm honest. I wouldn't expect it to run without a blade, really. It should do. Usually they do. They run without blades. Not very well, but it'll run. Because it needs the blades on it really to keep the old momentum and everything. But let's see if we've got any spark. If I can get that to stay there in a place where I can see it. Oh yeah, we got spark. Plenty of spark, nice big fat blue sparks. So it's not that we've got to worry about. It just won't fire for some reason. That's the air filter. That's what it was like when I took it off. I haven't touched it since. Covered in oil, so some oil did come out of there then, because it's covered in it. I don't know where it came from, because there's no oil down in the old carb. Well, there's no oil down there at all. Let me have a focus on it. There we go. And when you press the old primer bowl, that's what happens. Squirts a load of fuel straight into the cylinder. So we've got plenty of oil coming out around here, unless it came out from a vacuum pipe or a breather pipe, maybe, not sure. But we've definitely got some more residue. So I'm going to keep on trying to get it to fire up, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so what I did, I've put, taken the plug out, give it another clean. I know I've got spark, you saw that. I put the blade on, got a brand new blade on it now. Brand new blade on it now, that's alright then. I thought to myself I better put it on since I've got it, because he gave it to me when he gave me the mower. So I can't get it to fire up, so what I've got, a bit of brake cleaner. Spray that in there. If it fires, now when I spray that in there I know that there's a problem with the jet somewhere, it's blocked and it ain't getting the fuel in, so spray a load of that in there. See what happens. Ran pretty well actually. Longer than I thought it was going to. you go. It just goes to show that 9 times out of 10, you know, if you've got spark and you know, as long as you've got spark and alright compression, if you can get something flammable in the carburetor, you know, brake cleaner, carb cleaner, or even just put some petrol in like a spray can and spray it in there, or easy start obviously is another thing. You don't want to do it too much. I mean, easy start's pretty notorious because it'll become addicted to it and it won't want to start without it. But if you just need to get it running, like an old engine that's sat for a long while, and you need to get it running, 9 times out of 10 you can get that in there, and then it'll make it fire for a little while, make it run for a short time, and then it will start to suck up. And if there's any blockages in the carb, in the jet or anywhere, it will suck it up, you know, force it through, and it'll run fine. It'll then have a flow again. You know, 9 times out of 10 that works. That's what I usually do, to save having to take all the carb apart if you don't need to. So, you know, it does just go to show that that does work. So at least I know this is a nice running engine now, and there's nothing wrong with it. Once I can clean out the air filter, because it's still quite oily, so I'll give that a clean, put it back on, and then start it up and let it run for about 5 or 10 minutes at some point, and let it burn off any oil that went inside the old combustion chamber there, and it'll be a good old engine. Sweet.